Welcome. We are so pleased that the Archdiocese of Baltimore has chosen the Growing with God program. We are going to begin today with an overview of the program themes. As we move through, keep in mind that lessons can be taught in the order and manner that works best for your program. These same things are expressed in age-appropriate ways throughout the grades. Lesson 1, God Creates Us, helps build self-confidence. Beginning in kindergarten, this lesson helps children identify physical characteristics of humans and encourages body positivity. As children grow, they learn to recognize themselves and others as children of God, created in His image. Lesson 2, Boundaries, teaches children to set personal boundaries and to respect the boundaries of others. Helping children and young people identify and define safe and unsafe situations is essential to helping them maintain their safety when all other measures have failed. During Lesson 3, Friendship and Bullying, children receive guidance to help them build and maintain healthy relationships. Lesson 4 will not be used by the Archdiocese of Baltimore. Let's move ahead to Lesson 5. In Lesson 5, Digital Discipleship, the principles of Catholic moral decision-making are brought to the digital world, helping children understand how to be disciples of Jesus while developing safe and healthy habits in online environments. Consider teaching this lesson in conjunction with other technology topics or during tech time. Lesson 6, My Sacred Self, utilizes the values of Catholic family living to support children as they grow and their bodies change. You may wish to consider teaching this lesson, especially in the upper grades, during or in conjunction with science or physical education class, and with a medical professional available to answer any questions students might have. One My Sacred Self video is included for each grade. We will talk more about the videos in just a minute. Lesson 7, Trust in Secrets, concentrates on unsafe secrets and the sad fact that children are more likely to be abused by a person they know than by a stranger. This lesson frankly and forthrightly teaches children in a developmentally appropriate way to identify people in their lives who are worthy of their trust. This lesson and all its support pieces are available as a booster pack, as well as digitally through the LP Digital Library. Program components. Let's look at the program's print and digital components. There is a teacher guide, an engagement tool, a student worksheet pad, a My Sacred Self video, Trust in Secrets booster pack, otherwise known as Lesson 7, parent resources, and program support. Today we'll explore the program components and how they're going to be used. First, let's look at the teacher guide. Each grade has its own printed guide. Before you begin teaching a lesson, read through the overview pages at the beginning of the guide to become acquainted with the program and its resources. Determine whether you will welcome children to the program using the 20-minute introductory lesson found on page OV16 of this guide. A detailed preparation page begins each lesson. Through it, you are invited to undertake a brief yet meaningful spiritual retreat in daily life, and then consider the Holy Scripture, prayer, teachings of the Catholic Church, and Christian anthropology that are the foundation of the lesson ahead. This guide provides instructional support using an engage, explore, reflect, and respond instructional model. Engage is the first step. Here, children are introduced or reintroduced to material in a way that connects to their prior understanding. Gentle, authoritative scripting, together with the designated engagement tool, helps you teach children confidently through the engage step in each part of the lesson. We will talk more about the engagement tools a bit later. The engage portion of the lesson should take about 10 minutes. Guide children through side B of the worksheet using the scripting in the Explore step. The Explore portion of the lesson should take about 20 minutes. In the Reflect and Respond step, children prayerfully reflect and respond to what they have learned, guided by scripture and underscored with prayer. You will guide children to complete side B of the worksheet using the scripting. The class can undertake a simple review of the material when you project the interactive review, which is accessible through the LP Digital Library. This interactive is also available by scanning the QR code on the last page of each lesson. The Reflect and Respond portion of the lesson should take about 20 minutes. A two-part glossary is found beginning on page 25 of this guide. The adult-focused definitions give you additional information and background knowledge. Human growth and developmental terminology and their definitions can be found on page 31. 8 lesson resource pages for each grade that show diagrams, infographics, and other engaging visuals to help clarify instruction and provide support for reteaching or further explanation. Lesson resource pages can be found beginning on page 38 of the teacher guide. These pages can also be downloaded from the LP Digital Library. One reproducible blackbind master is included for each lesson. Direction and scripting for these pieces appear in the teacher guide. These reproducibles can be found beginning on page 32 of that guide and can also be downloaded from the LP Digital Library. Now let's talk about the engagement tools. Developmentally appropriate engagement tools are incorporated into each lesson to help you deliver instruction while drawing children into the content in personal and meaningful ways. As the name suggests, these tools are used in the Engage step of instruction. For grades K through 2, Blaze the Lion Puppet welcomes children and helps them center themselves. Developed with educational standards in mind, Blaze helps children remember what they might already know about the lesson content and invites them to participate in discussions. For grades 3 through 5, brief slideshows pose thought-provoking questions, helping children open their minds and hearts to the content. Slide-by-slide scripting is included in the teacher guide. For grades 6 through 8, the Growing with God app leads young people through guided reflections that help them focus on the lesson content using a medium with which they are already familiar. Apps. The URL for this web app is www.growingwithgod.com.app. No login credentials are required. Reflection scripts are available for each reflection on the LP Digital Library if the app is not an option for you. Now let's turn to the student worksheet pads. Student worksheet pads are packaged and bound in sets of 10 or 25. The nature of the pad makes it easy to implement the lessons in the order that best fits your program and schedule. Worksheet activities help children refine their prior understanding, encounter new concepts, process sensitive material in a mindful way, and practice responding to challenging situations. As mentioned in the discussion of the teacher guide, you will guide students through side A of the worksheet using the scripting in the Explore step, and through side B using the scripting in the Reflect and Respond step. The worksheets are not intended to be collected or graded. There is one My Sacred Self video per grade. Brief animated videos featuring the same 4 characters, Jojo, Lucas, Marcy, and Maddie, grow along with the students. The videos underscore the lesson 6 content through song in kindergarten through grade 4. In grades 5 through 8, the 4 characters introduce a sensitive topic that is then explained by a trusted adult. Preview the videos before sharing them with the class. All the print resources you need to teach Lesson 7, Trust and Secrets, come in a shrink-wrapped pack. Lesson preparation, instruction, a lesson resource, all the reproducibles needed, as well as student worksheets are all included in the bonus pack. Digital versions are available from the LP Digital Library. For parent support, each lesson at every grade level, parents can extend the lesson into conversations at home. Parent resources are digitally delivered, available in English or Spanish, and available through the LP Digital Library. They are easy to print and send home or send home as email attachments to parents. The Leader Guide includes a letter that can be copied directly onto your school stationery or used as a template for your own letter introducing the program to parents. You can find this template on page 32 of the Leader Guide, which we will discuss shortly. The four-page at-home parent guides are available for each lesson with all the support parents need to reinforce the lesson content or teach it on their own. Parents can access an interactive lesson review by scanning the QR code on the last page of each parent guide. A different QR code found in Lesson 6 only calls the Safe and Sacred video for that grade's lesson. A single-page lesson summary provides families with an at-a-glance view for each lesson. Program support. The Leader Guide provides an overview of the program structure along with important information to tailor the curriculum to your program's needs, including implementation models, a catechist orientation outline, and a parent orientation outline. Slideshows for use with the orientations are available on the LP Digital Library. It is highly recommended that a parent orientation is held before the lessons are taught to the students. You've heard me reference the LP Digital Library quite a bit. Now let's center our attention on this one-stop location for all the Growing with God digital resources. Remember, Growing with God is comprised of both print and digital resources. The Teacher Guide, Student Worksheets, and the Trust and Secrets Booster Pack are print components. All other pieces are available digitally and can be accessed through the LP Digital Library. Use the login credentials provided by your program administrator to sign in. After you log in, you will see a menu of resources to download or stream, which is the case for the My Sacred Self video and audio resources. Have more questions? Please reach out to your educational consultant, Katie Meyer. She will be happy to speak with you. God bless you and your mission to foster and maintain safe and loving environments for the children you teach.